Hello everybody, it's Joshino here. So if you want a quick overview of the drama that has unfolded and spanned thousands of heated posts, this may be your video. Hopefully the drama llama won't visit my comments, but hey ho. I'd like to preface this with the fact that the server smashes have been the most fun times I've ever had in Planetside 2, and generally any game really, and for that I am truly grateful to all that were involved with it. Secondly, any personal attacks were completely way out of order. But then again, like in the game, they come from a minority of players, and let's face it, they are probably trolling and baiting a response in the first place. So you even get a lot of far-field abuse on YouTube generally for no reason. So I hope that the people that get it can sort of deal with it and realise that it probably is a vocal minority. Finally, I'm going to try to be as objective as possible with this video, but the information on Reddit is all over the place and it is hard to talk about this without taking a position, so just bear that in mind. So a lot of accusations are being flung around, lots of angry posts, several of the server smashers voluntary reps have dropped out, and even one of the servers has dropped out completely of the tournament. So why is there so much drama in Planetside 2 in general? Perhaps one reason is that there's so much competition, as there's 5 servers, 3 factions on each of those servers, and then there's lots of different outfits on top of that. So this all mixes for lots of layers of drama, and with thousands of participants, a massive drama onion. Okay, some context to this: the Miller server smash versus Connery ended in domination for Miller, which means taking the whole continent. Some of the Connery and Emerald members on Reddit accuse Miller of stacking. Drama ensues on all sides and all the chat gets very heated. Connery then issues a statement that its server is dropping out of the server smash. Miller is then penalised for their win, changing the score system and making it so that Roe, MCY and Innie are only able to bring 6 people to the next smash. Then after this there was lots of drama, and then several of the PSB admins dropped out due to getting a lot of flack basically. Miller have also had a discussion yesterday as to their future commitment to the server smash, so things aren't looking amazing at the moment. So what is stacking? Stacking is consciously making a team comprised of members from, in inverted commas, good outfits, and it's hard to word this because I think people generally mean high battle rank and individual stats on DAS and 4, but whether or not you think that's good is another discussion. What's the fairness doctrine, which is basically a set of guidelines that server representatives, those chosen to sort out the teams and organise each of the servers, should follow when making the team's decisions. The main tenet of this is to allow all outfits that want to play in the server smash able to do so that no one is left out. So what were the problems? One problem that the server smash has always faced is that there's never been a distinction between whether it is a competitive event, supported by all of their media, their esports like commentary on Twitch, and the fact that games are set up like competitive leagues. Then there's this more casual smash that wants to include as many people as possible to experience Planetside 2 in its purest form. As let's face it, the server smashers really are an experience in themselves that you don't get on live Planetside 2. So a lot of people want these to be split into a competitive and a casual league. Personally, I am torn between the two. If there's a competitive league, it will exclude many outfits, and also it would probably cause a lot of internal strife as to which outfits are best and need the slots. However, it would make a very tense watching, and the league aspect of it would be much more heated to follow. With the casual side, if it loses any competitiveness, the action that the server smash is known for might not happen in the same way, as people don't have as much of an incentive to win. However, it might mean that we might be able to get close to maxing the two sides and having the biggest battles possible, which is also pretty epic. To be honest, I thought that the Miller interpretation of the rules gave an interesting middle ground, where outfits were able to bring more and choose who they wanted to play with. However, the server reps tried to match this up across the whole tournament rather than each game, so if you brought more to one match, you sat out on another match, and then every outfit would be able to get to play eventually in the tournament, and they most likely be able to play with their friends or the outfits they got on with best. This really is something that can be discussed without drama because it's quite objective, everybody has different views on this, and it's not something that is she stacked, he stacked, blah blah blah, so it'd be a nice debate, so you might want to put something in the comments about this. One big problem was that the fairness doctrine was just that, a doctrine, and as stated above, servers interpreted it in different ways, ending up in disparity of teams, or at least that was what was being claimed. Then what followed with that was a lot of miscommunication between admins and teams, where Miller stated that they had submitted rosters 3 weeks prior to the match with no problems, then the SS team claiming that it was submitted 1 day before. However, either way, the teams made it to the match and the match happened, so it technically was allowed, and no drama really happened until the day after the match took place, or at least in American time, very early in the morning for Europeans. Another problem is that the blame game was never not going to end in drama. It was inevitable. There would be several sides to this, and once the ball started rolling, it really went into orbit. Originally this came from some of the members of the Connery and the Emerald servers accusing Miller of stacking. However, some have come onto the Miller server and been very civil, and it's just been on all sides. It's just been a bit random. It's been to fro. Anyway, what are the truths about the drama? Well, it is difficult to get any hard truth out of all this. However, some techno wizards, firstly on Connery and then I think taken over by a Miller guy, showed the two outfits' composition, and there was only a 0.1 to 0.2 higher KD ratio favouring the Miller team, and whilst KD may not be the best measure, it can give us an idea of what outfits attended. Furthermore, whilst outfits brought more than one squad for Miller, Connery also had outfits that brought more, for example Hive. Bear in mind, I'm not playing the blame game. It has been stated in both communities that each struggled to field a team at all for this match, as each server had its own drama before the match. Miller, for example, had a clash about how to exactly make up a server smash team and how to lead it, and after a vote, a few outfits had dropped out. The Miller commander said that Rowe, who brought 2 squads, are a Russian team and were a desperate call as it was very late at night for them and their translator wasn't able to come along. Either way, I think the teams will always be somewhat stacked, as those that are most ready to bring squads along and to have players interested in the Smash are those outfits that have been playing the longest. Although on paper, there were more outfits that brought 6 or less from the Connery side. Finally, the PSB's decision to penalise MCY, Rowe and Innie, the outfits who brought more than 12 players on the Miller side, so that they could only bring 6 players, was seen as a bit random and unfair by the Miller community, as this was not the case for the Connery side, and then this all just turned into its own drama. Then the blame game became official. The problem being that these outfits did not make the decision to bring this many players along, Rowe especially being a fill-in and struggling to communicate with the rest of the server. This was the responsibility of the server reps and up to the Server Smash admins to oversee really. Then we have this problem that really the PSB team are just humans, they're volunteers and they've given their spare time and kept this whole palaver going in the first place. However, they have struggled to deal with this whole incident as it is a very personal matter and emotions have got way high, like super high, and the team doesn't deserve to be strung up no matter how much of a mistake they made. Let's face it, we haven't put in the hours to get all of this off the ground. However, I do truly hope that they are able to get things together and take on board the real criticism from the community and set that aside from the drama emotions that have reached a critical mass. If people completely disagree, it is an option to sit out, which seems to be the case in the Connery, and some outfits are talking about it, but I think it is quite obvious at this point that a strong arm tactic will most likely just destroy the server smash or create more drama. In some respects, I kind of wish the Planetside team got involved and made it a bit more official, but I can see why they don't want to after all this has unfolded. However, the future of the server smash is uncertain. We can only hope that the perfect pandemonium that was Server Smash can emerge from all of this drama, perhaps with a new silky shine. Thanks for listening to this all. Be sure to put your comment and thoughts. Please hit that like button as it really helps, and dislike if the drama blama wills it, and subscribe. Until next time everybody, Joshino.